In the heart of ancient Kalinga stood Dantapura, a city bright with sunlight and sound. Boats sailed upriver, and markets bustled with silks and spices. Here lived Arya, a girl whose curiosity was as vast as the sea itself. She loved listening to the whispered stories of Kalinga's past, especially tales of their strong ships and wise rulers. One afternoon, Arya wandered into the great royal archive. It smelled of old palm leaves and forgotten ink. She traced the carvings on the stone walls, imagining the hands that had made them centuries ago. Behind a shelf stacked high with dusty history books, she noticed a small, crumbling alcove. Inside the alcove, wrapped in stiff, dried silk, was a heavy object. It wasn't a scroll, but a smooth, cool disc made of polished, dark bronze. Engraved on its surface were tiny, swirling waves and the outline of a magnificent ship. It felt warm in her hands, like it held a secret ready to burst forth. Arya rushed straight to Granth, the city's keeper of history. Granth was old, with eyes that held the wisdom of 1,000 forgotten generations. "Granth G," Arya whispered, holding out the disc. "What is this? It feels like the whole history of Kalinga is humming inside it." Granth smiled, his wrinkles crinkling happily. "Ah, Arya. This is a navigator's compass from the time of the great trading fleets. It teaches us about the true spirit of Kalinga, peace and prosperity." Granth touched the engraving of the ship, and the air around them seemed to shimmer, showing visions of the past. "We were merchants of the sea," Granth explained, as a ghostly vision of large, multi-masted Kalinga ships sailed across the wall. "Our traders sailed all the way to faraway lands like Suvarnabhumi, exchanging precious pearls and carved ivory for silk and spices. We sought friendship, not conquest." Kalinga was also a place of magnificent art. The visions changed. Artists sculpted detailed figures into temple walls, dancers told stories with their fluid movements, and musicians filled the courts with songs of joy and devotion. Peace was the kingdom's greatest treasure. "But peaceful people must also be brave," Granth continued, his voice steady. "They were brave enough to protect their freedom, their culture, and their history. They stood firm like the great mountains, valuing self-respect and the life they had built on the coast." Arya traced the swirling waves on the compass. She understood now that the greatness of Kalinga wasn't just in its victories or its wealth, but in its ability to build a rich life based on knowledge and exchange. They were resilient, even when faced with unimaginable challenges. "The stories of Kalinga didn't end with the war, Granthji," Arya declared, standing tall. "They live here, in the art, in the old scrolls, and now, in me. I will tell everyone about the brave, peaceful people of Dantapura." And with the navigator's compass tucked safely away, Arya stepped out, ready to share the inspiring history of her resilient kingdom.